to be able to transcend the need or desire to change someone's mind. Now, I understand there are many who would like to, change the minds of influential leaders who do things that maybe aren't so much in our best interest. That certainly is understandable. But when we change our minds, we are then in a position to change things from the inside, if you will, by taking energy from a situation that we have put energy into, looking at it in a different way, which then brings us to a different state of mind, which brings us to different kinds of actions. So that's what these episodes and the upcoming episodes about changing minds are going to focus on. Of course, I will certainly bring in the relevant sort of political parallels to it, but that's my contention. And I'm going to talk about how we can do that, and how, and I'm not advocating for anybody to go out and buy, psilocybin, especially since it's not legally available. So I'm not encouraging that. I would advocate for it to be the laws around it to be re-evaluated. But I believe there may be therapists and doctors you could go to who might be able to work with you using it if you're someone who feels that they might benefit from it. So we'll talk about that too. But I wanted to leave you with one last thing, as we've been talking about the idea of how, at that ego level, we hear things the way we want to hear them, and perhaps not what is really true. So again, our President Donald Trump, with his tweet machine, tweeted out that he had convinced Saudi Arabia's king to produce as much as 2 million barrels of additional oil a day to bring prices down. Because you might have noticed our gas prices have been steadily rising. So this was his tweet, and now the White House has to backtrack from that, saying that King Solomon confirmed that his country has the extra production capacity and will prudently use it if and when necessary to ensure market balance and stability, and in coordination with its producer partners to respond to any eventuality, which is basically what they've always been doing. So why does Mr. Trump think that he convinced the king to produce extra barrels of oil when that wasn't what was said? Well, it's what he heard, because that's what he wanted to hear. So, here's a thought until next time. Is he lying when he says this? Or does he believe it? Is this what he heard? Because I tell you, I don't believe that, in these statements he deliberately lies. I think he convinces himself it's the truth. I think it's what he hears. But there's certainly good evidence and an argument to be made that he deliberately lies too. So I won't get too far into that. But until next time, think about your mind, the patterns that you have, which you might not even be aware of, and how changing them might improve your life. You never know. Have a great week.